talking about?
What's up, y'all? Do I hear crickets? Do I hear crickets? I've been gone till this day, 2 months. I hope my true feelings family is somebody here watching this video. I'm explaining to you why I've been gone for a couple of months, but I'm not going to get so deep into it because there's a whole lot, and it's not just my thing going on. This involves my son. It involved my 2 grandbabies that you always hear me say I'm going to pick up every weekend. You hear me say that after each video. So let me just get into a little short thing before we get into Wacky Will. I think Courtnee. It was June 18th that I made my very last video, and that was the video with Art Kelly. I think that's who it was, about Art Kelly. On that day is when everything went down. Long story short, because like I said, I'm not going to tell on my business because it's just not my business to tell. My son ended up moving back in the house with me. We were going through this whole custody thing with the girls. We literally didn't see those girls for a whole month. For a whole month. From June 18th, we did not see those babies. I'm watching my son go through it. He crying. I'm crying. This went on for 2 weeks. It went on for a month. We didn't see my grandbabies until July 19th because, like I said, I'm not going to get into it, but I'm going to tell you right now, God is good. God will always find out who the liar is. And so I just thank God, and I'm proud of my son because he fought hard. He been fighting hard for them babies. He been fighting hard. He wasn't going to give up. Fouling this motion, fouling that motion. He been doing his own thing. I said, let an addict do addict shit because eventually they going to make mistakes. So I'm sorry, y'all. I wasn't, mentally, I couldn't do videos, dealing with the kid thing, my grandchildren, and watching my son go through it and helping him file this motion and doing this. It was just a lot, and I was just not in a happy place. I was in a very, very sad place, and I just didn't give a shit about YouTube, nothing, TV, nothing. I didn't care. I wouldn't even watch. I just couldn't. So I hope you guys understand. I think I babbled enough. I babbled enough. One day I'll tell you the whole story, because if you was to hear the whole story, you'll go, God dang, I see why. But we ain't gonna get there just yet, because we still got some shit pending. But right now, victory became victory today. So that's why I'm showing up, because now I'm feeling good in my damn spirit. So let's talk again. Let's talk about Will and crazy ass Courtnee. Now I have to tell you, I watched the first 3 episodes, and Life After Lockup, it's starting out hot. Everybody got their little own thing that they got going, except I just don't care about Michael and Justine. They just could have I don't care about their wedding. I don't care about none of that. I really don't. But let's get into this Courtnee. Now, I don't know how you guys feeling about how Will is doing Courtnee, but I decided to do them first because I can relate to the 25-year-old Courtnee when I was her age, married. I was my ex-husband back then, married, wilding out, doing dumb shit, only relying on men to get what I need out of this world. That's why she's stressed out, and that little little pervert. I kind of had to cut that P word. I don't know if you could use the word, but you know how I like to do. I like to show photos. This is when she was talking about how stressed out she was about her husband. Don't he look like he gonna be chasing her through the woods, may possibly put her ass under the porch? He look a little psycho. Yeah, he look perfect, okay? But she ain't gonna lie to me and tell me she ain't did nothing with him. I lived your life, girl. I lived your life. That man ain't just giving you money just to give you money. You done did something. You may not want to be with him as just your boyfriend, but I know he done tapped in. I know he had to. I don't think anybody watching this shit believe that girl ain't did something with that boy. Now, because what she said is she didn't want to be with him. She didn't say she didn't lay up with him. She just didn't want that man as her man. That's all. That's all. Because her face says it all. You been intimate. You done did something. He ain't lying when they ask him the question. Is Will being fair to Courtnee because he didn't show up to pick her up? I'm kind of on the fence. And the reason I'm on the fence is because had he came to pick her up, then that boy would have been there. What's his name? Mark's ass would have been there. Mark would have had his ass sitting out there too. And then Will would have been trying to figure out like why. But I understand where she's at, being the person she is you're going to have a plan A, B, and C. You're going to have to, because that's how she's used to living. Personally, I don't think well, let me back up. When I was married, I did a lot of F shit, and my husband never backed away from me. He ex-husband. He made sure that I still had everything I need. He was still supporting me, even though he knew I was messing with this dude. That he was still there. So Will, you should have came to pick her ass up at that damn station. So she really had no choice to do what she did. So I guess kudos to her for having a plan B. But I understand what Will is saying. She think he is supposed to support her addiction. Now, she said something that was just fucking crazy to me. She said, I'm not a drug addict. What'd she say? She says, I'm not a drug addict, but I just been sober for the first time. I said, girl, that shit don't even make sense in my head. That don't make sense. How you gonna not be a drug addict but be sober for the first time? But he should just deal with it. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying to Will. You the one got that girl out of prison. You the one paid for all her shit. And you the one decided to propose to her and marry her. She didn't even know that was going to happen. So you're going to have to take responsibility for doing the dumbass shit, because you should have never married that girl right after prison, knowing her damn history and not really even knowing her. You guys was lusting after each other. You should have waited. Now, I don't think Will should be giving her no damn money. For what? She said Will promised her $1,000 a month. I don't remember Will telling her that she can have $1,000 a month. I remember him giving her a credit card saying don't go over 300, 500, something like that. But if you are in a recovery place or a sober living or whatever, you don't need $1,000 a month. You don't need that. That's dangerous to even give a recovering addict that much money. She didn't need it. She really didn't need that damn much money. So I'm assuming when he told her you could just live off the food in jail, he wasn't sending her no damn money, and she's screaming, you supposed to support me. Why? And this is why she came up with her plan B, just in case he didn't come through. He gave you money and you went and bought that damn whatever that little drug you was on. And that night that he called her and we heard that phone call and she was gigging, she was on the shit then. She was on the shit then. So, like I said, I'm on the fence with Will because, I've been her. So knowing that I was her, no, don't give her shit. I'm going to just have to say that. Don't give her shit. I can say my husband supported me, but I'm looking at the shit and then I lived her life. Don't give her shit. Don't give her shit. And regardless of whether that's her sugar dad or not, you a whole ass wife. Why was he there? And how disrespectful it is to sit there with your man, your husband, that you want to keep calling him on speakerphone while you got this idiot Marky Mark in the background making little comments while you laying up at his house and he feeding you and he supporting you. That's not a wife. Why was he there? And now you laying up in his bed, laying at his house, ain't called the man for a couple of days talking about that. It's just your friend. No, he's more than a friend. Like I said, he ain't just giving you money because he ain't tapped that. No. She's lying, you guys. She's lying. She's been in a relationship with this dude. And as far as Mr. Will saying you are not a wife, she's not. She's not. She makes excuses for her being an addict and feel like because she's an addict and you know where you got me from, then you need to just deal with it. No, he don't. No, he don't. He don't need to just deal with nothing. You sitting there laying there with another dude and if another dude's paying for your shit, then I agree with Will. Let him pay for it, because at this point, he don't even know you at this dude's house. He don't even know you at this dude's house sitting there talking to Will about him supporting you. Meanwhile, you got old dude saying, you got a lot of men that'd be willing to take you. I said, who and where? Who's a lot of men? Who's a lot of men that would, only you, sir, only you would be willing to take that hot mess of a girl. Only you. Will done did way too much. Way too much. He's expecting her to get her shit together, and 2 weeks later, her ass is in jail because she is doing drugs and she knows she ain't supposed to do it. That seemed like a her problem. They only been married for a short time, so I don't blame him. He needs to he's done enough for her. Why don't she take that little ring? He better get his ring back before she sell that shit. Then he say he spent like $10,000 on that ring. I'm surprised she ain't sold that damn ring yet. But all she do is ask him for money. I'm your wife. You're supposed to take care of me. Yeah, you're my wife, and you're supposed to act like you're supposed to have some damn sense, and I ain't supposed to be chasing you around in and out of jail. That's not what I signed up for. But hold up, sir, that is what you signed up for. That's where you got her from, okay? You didn't even give her enough time to figure out who she was. She don't know who she is. She's just used to making her money off of men. She said it. And when she said it, she's tired of doing that shit. So that means you need to get your shit together. Because until you do, you're going to be going around the same shit, just messing with men like that Mark that you laying up with that you really don't like, but you're willing to deal with his ass and do a little bit of freaky shit for a little bit of change. You know, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. So the only way for a woman to prevent that is to empower herself and get her own shit, y'all. So I just wanted to come in just to say hi and kind of see who the hell coming back. Because if it ain't a lot of people back, ain't no sense in me continuing with these videos. So I'm just sitting here really trying to check the temperature. But if it's enough views, I'll be back. And I want to talk about JK. What is JK is Plasma, and this little trifling ass girl is 23. So we're gonna call them Plasma 23 because their ass is a virus. Between the both of them, they ain't got a plumb litter sense. They really don't. They the dumbest couple on this show, and they took a baby. Gonna have 4 positive and 2 negatives. I don't even know that is. Like, I don't even know what that is, but still sitting there smoking that little low. Oh my God, I can't stand her little low face. Anyway, let me get up out of here. I gotta get down here and cook some dinner. I'll see you guys with something else later on. Hope you guys are back. I miss you guys. I miss doing these videos. I just missed a lot of shit. But like I said, mentally, I couldn't do it. But I'll see you guys later on. Don't be an asshole, y'all. Hope you're back with me. Bye.
No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up. No, I don't take shit.